Okay, here's more of my robots, part 2, because we ran out of time. This guy, okay, all three of these are red, right? And you think they're exactly the same, probably, right? Just looking at them? Well, you're wrong. None of them are the same. They're all different. This is all three of the generations. That one's broken, though. And I'll show you what I mean. I tried to fix them. I took them apart. His relay switch is broken. That's what's broken. So it doesn't talk. Its button. And his screens don't turn because I took him apart. He still walks and moves, but he doesn't talk. All he says, I am a turbo fighter. And then after that, nothing. And the wire's off from me taking him apart. That's the first generation. That's all he does. But on Try Me, he says everything because it doesn't involve a relay switch because he doesn't move on Try Me. It's for store display. But I may be getting a new relay switch because I'm getting sent a new one sometime. Oh wait, I bet I have it on the off setting. Yeah, that's why it's not going. This is the only version that has a light in its gun. The rest don't. This is second generation, but it has a soundtrack of an old one from the or the early 2000s. It says, I am a super fighter, now scanning enemy detected fire. And then it does gun noises. That's all he says. This is the third generation. This one was just discontinued. This is the last one they made that were just in stores a few months ago for at least a year.
I am a turbo fighter. Radar activated.
His batteries are dead.
Enemy alert. Target locked. Destroy.
Okay, like he says the same exact things as he says, but he has different sound effects. That's the only difference, and these two have red lights, not green. And they have more of a bluish color on the other side. But they say exactly the same thing except their sound effects. Like when they're walking and when they scan and when they do the music, they have different sound effects. He doesn't do music. He's basically Super Fighter as Turbo Fighter. It's Turbo Fighter, but they put the Super Fighter soundboard in them. I don't know why they did that, but they have blue ones too, of all three of these. But they're all three of these are different. And you should know that by now. My blue one, it's completely broken. Well, the motor died. Actually, the circuit board died, but some of the gears are lost. It could still walk and turn just like him if we get a new motor, but he's pretty much history. Mr. Personality, his wheels are pretty weak for the motor. I've never really seen them work as good compared to others. In fact, everything on him is pretty slow. He still moves, though. I usually keep him plugged in, though. His head doesn't move very fast like it's supposed to. His arms don't go all the way up. They only move like this far. And yeah, his wheels, when you try to when you control it on a remote, it makes like it makes like buzzy noises or something. So something can't be right. And I don't think it's the batteries, but Rex the dog, he works, but his mouth doesn't really move like it's supposed to, and sometimes I forgot his leg makes clicking noises when it goes down sometimes. They're in bad condition. I don't know why. I use them a lot, but I was never that rough with them, but the reason they break is because, look, this isn't very much room for 10 robots to walk around and stuff. This house is very small because when I grow up and move out, I want to have a huge mansion house. Robot Sergeant's gun. Oh yeah. And the first generation of Turbo Fighter comes with rocket launchers. The others don't. So he comes with more weapons. Homer Sapien, he works perfectly. Robo Wisdom. He works, but he came broken. He was sold as is on eBay for $60. That's a lot for something that didn't work at all. He had a wire off in this foot. You can see because it's still not closed all the way. And that his body would not turn. There was like a jammed gear or something. The motor wouldn't turn, but I just touched it and it started spinning again. And it still works. But his leg, the gears in there are bad too. But it still moves, but it clicks when it walks, so yeah. Fini Sapien, she works, but they go in circles and their sensors don't really work on them. When they see obstacles, they don't really do much. It's because they don't back up when they see obstacles. WowWee did not make them back up before they turn. So they actually get stuck more sometimes, depending on what kind of obstacle they're bumping into. And her sensors are right there. That's hard for them to see. Ars Media, this is my newest one that I got for Christmas. It works pretty good. It just makes squeaky noises in the legs. It goes in circles sometimes, but the SD card slots, as I said, it doesn't work on any 3Ds. Actually, yes. No, it's the music. You can't play music on these. It's broken. I have to format them or something. But why would I want to do that when I have all the personalities downloaded on them? And some of them I might not get back, you know? But none of them play music. When you go into their audio folder, the screen turns black. You can't do nothing with it. And you can't even exit out of it. Once you enter the audio folder, you're in there forever until you turn it off and then back on again. It does not let you do anything. It just turns pitch black, the screen, when you go into that audio folder. White Robo Sapien, he works really good too. Red, this is the one I was talking about. I just got him from eBay, and in the package I took him out, his body was snapped down. Like, you see, he's standing straight now, right? Well, when I took him out of the box, he was leaning this far to the ground. With his legs straight. His legs weren't like that, of course. His body was like this, and his legs were straight, touching the floor. There's two plastic things on each side that are snapped. The plastic is cracked. All I did was put them back on. So it's gonna snap off again sometime. I hope not, though. It probably will. Clear one, he works okay, but his motors are weak to lift his arms. He's a little slow, too, but he still works. They're all used. All these Robo Sapiens are used off eBay. I just got 6 of them. Well, one more is going to be here tomorrow. My last one, my silver one. It's not chrome silver. It's silver. It's exactly that same color. It's that kind of silver. I don't know if it's going to work. It's going to have lots of scratches, is what they say. A lot. But none of these are going to be in very good condition because they're all used from eBay.